Yo, what's going on, everyone? My name is Cody Jones, and today we're going to be doing another story time with Cody. But before we get into that, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification down below, and also let me know what you think of these story time videos, because you know what? It is your guys' interactions that really make these videos more interesting and more fun to do. Now, today's topic is going to be a little bit more on my work history. Now, if you don't know, I did have a job as a pet groomer back when um, around 2021, and it was still here in El Paso before I started doing YouTube and everything. When I got this job, it was because of my brother and his girlfriend. I'm not going to say their names out of respect because of my brother, but I will say that I do not regret working here. Now, I've mentioned this quite a few times on the podcast about this place and what kind of job it was. But if you guys haven't heard the podcast, then I'll just break it down here. Basically, when I got this job, the place was called Mahay Pet Parlor, or Mahay Pet Grooming. It was here in El Paso, and I got this job because of my brother. He wanted me to look for a job, and there were so many moments where it would be continuous lectures of getting a job, get a job, get a job, get a job, do applications, get a fucking job, and it's like it was very difficult, but at the same time I wasn't really like, I wouldn't say I didn't have any work experience. I did have some back when I was a senior, and I worked a few days as a job training over at X Riders at the Antelope Valley Mall in Pando. I don't know if this place is still. I don't know if this place still exists, if there's still an X Riders in the Antelope Valley Mall. But basically, I worked there for a few days as job training, which was a recommendation back in Pando High School. This was the only amount of work experience I got before I was a pet groomer. Now, basically, a pet groomer is basically someone that bathes cats and dogs of all different breeds, sizes, and all that. And basically, we would shower them. We would blow dry them, shave them, clip their nails, do anal glands to avoid messes, and also brush their teeth and stuff. So this was a very, very messy job, and also somewhat complex because some of the dogs were very complex to work with, including some dogs that were very out of control and very, well, dog-like, they couldn't sit still. There were some that were very aggressive, and I've gotten scratched here and there. I've probably gotten bit more than once by some dogs here and there. So basically, I got this job because of my brother. I'm grateful for it. I'm still grateful to this day. There are times I do miss working there because I'm not gonna lie, it was actually really fun to just get out the house and to work with some dogs and cats. Even though I lacked any skill with cats. Like the last time I did work with a cat, fucking catastrophe. The whole thing was just a fucking very hairy mess. But there were some dogs that were regulars. So when I started working at Mahay Pet Grooming, I was a beginner at this shit, you know. I was very new. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know what de-shedding was when a lady brought in a husky. Like, I was looking at this lady when she said that she wanted the dog to be de-shedded. I I didn't understand. I didn't, like, she was speaking clear fucking English, but I didn't understand what she meant. So, after some time being, of trying to get familiar with the, the work environment, I've started to learn more and more with how to handle some dogs, with like, how to really professionally work with them, how to professionally bathe them, clean them, blow dry them, do their nails. And I eventually took some of those skills with me because I have a few dogs here of my own. And I've taken some toothbrushes for some of my dogs, some nail clippers for them as well. And I began to learn more about how to scrub them well, how to like really clip their nails without doing any damage, you know, because there are a limit to how far you clip their nails without hurting them. And honestly, working here was very beneficial for me at the shop as well as it was at home. So after my first few weeks there, I started to really learn and get more and more better. Now, regardless, I did make some mistakes here and there. I've fucking overfilled the mop a few times to a point where it is a shock as to how long I've kept this job. You know, because I have been fucking up here and there as well. But I also like learned to really work well under pressure because I remember that there were weekends where there were like some days where the place is completely packed, like a whole lot of kennels like being filled and being freed up only to fit more dogs and more kennels, you know. So it's like the place was really packed a lot, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays, it was really fucking chaotic with a whole lot of dogs there. But I mean, I have learned that the more dogs there are, the more pay that there is. And I actually learned that even to really enjoy the big dogs like huskies, German shepherds, really big fucking dogs, and also cats because they pay a grip, and it was that grip of pay that really been a personal benefit to me, especially like when the week is done. You know, it's like when that pay comes in, it really made me feel good. You know, it really made me feel like not only am I gaining some work skills, but I mean, it really felt nice to fucking have money of my own. And because of that money, it got me some really nice shit, including some of this and with these and a few other things I'm not gonna fucking show off. It was the job that really gave me some skills and some benefits. And some benefits that I've still to this day, some of them that I still use. Now, now I'm not gonna lie, there were some moments that really could have really fucked me up. Like I remember that there were some days when it's just me a whole day working in the shop on my own. Like the whole morning I'm just alone and dealing with a whole bunch of dogs that are completely cleaned up and ready to be shaved, or some that are just immediately sent home. But there were also some customers that were really fucking rude, and I'm not gonna lie, there were some that really completely irked me to a point to where I would just send them the dog and completely storm out the room just to get the fuck away from them. Because I learned that some people are complete assholes. But I wasn't gonna let that stop me from doing my job. So, so there were some customers that also lied, claimed that I abuse their dogs when it's completely not true. It is absolutely false. I never abused a dog for any reason at all. I mean, the last time I actually did hit or kick a dog out of, like, for any reason was out of self-defense. That is the one and only time I've ever hit a dog. But that's because this dog had a hold of my leg when I was hopping over a fence to get to my school. It was a stray dog that chased after me because I had lunch coming from Carl's Jr. So I was coming back from Carl's Jr. during summer school lunch, and I had to hop the fence because I didn't want to cross a whole another corner just to freaking get to a class that was on the other side of the school anyways. So I took a shortcut. I hopped over the fence. A stray dog grabbed me at my jeans. Luckily they were baggy because that is the style of jeans that I wear. I wear baggy pants. This dog had a grip on me and it was pulling me off the fence. So I had no choice but to like really aggressively kick the fucking dog in the face and sacrifice my lunch just so I can hop over. So this dog fucked up my pants and it was ripped from right here to my ankle up to right here above my kneecap. A large fucking tear. Really fucked me up. Again, never gotten bit or scratched, but just gotten very stupidly lucky. So that was the only one and only time that I've ever hit a dog. But any other time, I've never abused a dog for any reason at all. So there were customers that were completely full of shit. But after that, I've decided to just ignore the rudeness, do what I gotta do, get the job done, and go home. And there were some days when there were hardly any dogs, at least one or two, one a day. And it would just be a short day after that. And everyone would just go home with, relaxed. So, working at Mahay Pet Grooming really been beneficial for me. But I'm not gonna lie, I had moments when I thought I would never be able to come back again. And that's because I was working with a dog, and I believe I even mentioned this on the podcast, that there was a few dogs that I was working with, a Shih Tzu. I was already stressed enough as is. I was exhausted because of lack of sleep. I had enough on my plate. 4 or 5 large kennels completely full. Like 4 or 5 kennels already full with a bunch of dogs waiting. And time is not of the essence. It is completely against me. I'm fucking up. This dog is stressing me out. Making a mess all over the place, even after washing them and drying them, making more messes again. I'm stressing, and I got other dogs that are just waiting to be done. So I'm clipping this dog now. He's not letting me do my job, and I'm getting irritated. I'm grumbling under my breath, but at the same time, I didn't know that it was loud enough. Like, I'm cussing to myself, not to the dog. I have no problem against the dog. I'm just cussing to myself because I'm frustrated. I'm getting annoyed. My temperature is rising. And there was a lady that overheard it from the other side of the building. I didn't know because there's like a wall blocking the whole other side. So I can't see shit. There's no window or anything to see the other side of the room or the building. And there's only a door like on a whole nother side of the freaking of the place. So I have no idea what is going on. I cannot see. I cannot tell if anyone's there or not. But I'm under immense amount of pressure and stress. I'm having a hard time with this dog. I'm trying to clip his nails. He's making it difficult. I end up fucking up because the dog kept twitching and struggling to a point to where I accidentally clipped more of the nail, like a little bit of the skin and the nail. And I'm stressing again because not only am I trying to look for the powder to stop the bleeding, but this dog is walking off the table with the freaking walking off the table, and I'm trying to keep it from running off. So again, I'm stressing. A lady overhears and reports of animal abuse, which is not true. So I'm stressed out, and the place is completely full. My brother and his girlfriend comes in to assist me, and my brother tells me some lady overheard you yelling and cussing. How about you just go home and relax? Try to control your temper next time and control what you say. Again, I'm taking deep breaths. I'm under pressure, but at the same time, I'm trying very hard to be calm. It's hard to be calm because of pressure and time. I do not do well under pressure and time, especially when I have to hurry with some dogs. So I'm getting annoyed, but at the same time, I'm trying very hard to be calm. And here's the thing, I have a very bad temper and a very terrible control of language. I should control my language and watch what I say, but it's very hard sometimes. Especially under stress. I do not do well with stress because when I'm getting stressed out, I get hot easily and I get itchy. And that really makes things even more problematic on my behalf. So I'm getting irritated, but I end up coming back the next day completely better and ready. So working at Mahay Pet Grooming has been very beneficial, and sadly the place was closed down under new management, and I believe some other reason, I can't remember, but sadly Mahay Pet Grooming I don't think is open anymore. I think the place is completely shut down, not for what happened, but because of management. So, other than that, I think that about does it for today's story. I've developed some skills, and you guys get to know more about me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your first job was, how well you did, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.